What you got for us, Jace?
Have you heard of the website Will You Press the Button?
No, but is it like if you press the button, this happens, but this also happens?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've not heard of I did not know they had a
Exactly.
website, but I do know of
There's a
thing.
whole website where a bunch of people, make a bunch of dumb prompts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a wacky one, Braylee. You go to every anime universe you want, but you're stuck being poor.
Go to any anime universe you want?
Yes.
Or every? You can go to multiple?
Go to every anime universe you want.
Okay.
So I guess you just, you get to decide which ones you go to.
But you stay
And
poor?
you can go to any. But you stay poor. Yeah.
Do you know what anime I've watched?
I'm going to guess that you've watched a very limited amount. Pokemon and maybe some Dragon Ball.
No, neither of those. I've
What?
seen Avatar: The Last
You've never
Airbender.
seen any Pokemon? Okay, that barely even counts.
I know. That's what everyone has always said. I think that's the closest I've gotten to anime. No, I don't even think I've seen Pokemon.
You've never seen,
I
like,
don't-
any Pokemon?
I don't think I've seen, like, a full episode of Pokemon. Like, I've seen clips, and I've seen clips of, like, was it
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is what the other one you were saying?
Yeah.
But no, I
Yeah.
don't think that I have ever watched a full episode. I think
Wow.
Hudson and Ty were watching Pokemon, and so I've probably seen maybe a full amount of an episode by walking by the TV every time they're watching it, but what about you, Jace?
What about me?
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of anime.
This was a great question to ask us.
Yeah, that's why I thought it'd be funny. I watched Cowboy Bebop, which is honestly one of my favorite shows, despite being an anime.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, but that world is honestly an awful place to live. So, no, I wouldn't live there. I'd probably just live in Pokemon world.
And be poor.
Because it seems like most people are, like, generous and kind there.
Okay.
So, and you get to hang out with a bunch of wacky animals.
That is true.
I would not live in Dragon Ball world because, like, I feel like every day, like, there's a apocalyptic event happening.
You're, like, near death every day.
Yeah. And I'd just be a random Joe. I'd be no Super Saiyan. Wait, would you live in Avatar world?
And be super poor?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's worth it.
Wait, is the thing with this question, like you get to, like, visit, like, any universe you want, but in the real world you'll be poor? Or is it like whenever you visit the world, you'll be poor in that world?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think if you visit the world, you have to be poor.
I think that's the case. I think the thing is you will probably be poor in the real world too. I think that's the main thing. By default, you're poor every time you go visit a new world because, like, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
You're a brand new baby there. But I think the gotcha with it is like, oh my gosh, you get to do this awesome thing where you get to go to any anime thing you want. But you're super poor all the time.
Yay.
Which I think most people would probably say, yeah, I'll go visit the anime world. I'm super poor already, so
Yeah.
might as well also be able to visit anime world.
Yeah, at least I get to see a fantastical world.
Mm-hmm. But that's just my assumption.
Yeah. Here's a really dumb one. You can visit any location in the universe and not be affected by anything harmful, but you can never visit Earth again. Why would you? There's nothing out there.
Right. Like, are we talking real world?
At least
or are we
to
talking, like,
our
Star
observable
Wars?
eye.
Yeah. Like, are we pretending like we're in Star Wars? Because, okay.
Like, sure, I'd like to visit Mars and, like, Jupiter, but, like, I wouldn't like to stay there.
Yeah, then what? 70 years later, I'm just dead because I died.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe I could just wait for humans to colonize Mars. Like, I guess, but
that's funny. Yeah, that's a real bad one.
that is a real bad one. There's like no upsides to that.
No.
We'll see you next time, folks.
That was
on Unruly and Unprepared.
That was dope. Much like the movie we're about to talk about that Jace apparently doesn't want to talk about. Because he's trying to outro us right now. That would be a record. I've been recording for a whole 9 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, we could be in and out. We don't have to endure this, really.
Honestly, we probably should, just to make up for how the mummy sounds from last time people were listening. Sorry about that, guys. I tried. I got this fancy microphone from our sister Soraya, who I will drag on here because she says she listens, but I don't think she does. So she'll never even know. I don't
think she does.
You what?
Yeah. I don't think she does.
No. And I've like finally figured out how to hook it up to my dang computer, and I tried it out last time we recorded, and it was not good. The quality was horrific. So now I'm back to my $12 Amazon mic that does a lot better. So maybe one day I'll put in, I'm sure it's user error. I'm sure this microphone really does do nice things. It's just I don't know how to work it.
How to unlock its potential.
Yeah. I do truly think it's me. But, do you want to hear a fun...
Amazon stays winning.
Do you want to hear something fun that I'm doing tomorrow?
Rollerblading.
No.
But yes, I do.
Probably shouldn't be rollerblading pregnant.
Yeah, that would be bad.
I fall pretty regularly. Not on rollerblades, not pregnant, so adding both of those things is probably not the greatest idea. No, my company holiday party is tomorrow, and they're doing it at the Newport Aquarium. So we get to go hang out at the aquarium.
That's fun.
And if we arrive between 6:30 and 7, we will be greeted by a penguin.
A live penguin?
I think, yeah. I'm so excited.
Like they're gonna have him out in the foyer?
I don't know. I'm so excited to see. I am
Or maybe it's just some dude dressed as a penguin.
If they do me dirty like that, I'm gonna be so upset.
Well, I'm excited to see what's gonna go down.
Yeah. But apparently some of the touch tanks will be open too. Because like when you go to the aquarium, you can like pet stingrays and you can pet the cucumbers and stuff. I think those are going to be open for us to be using tomorrow too.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
I love the aquarium.
I also love the aquarium.
Want to talk about our movie, Braylee?
I do. It's such a good one. When did you watch it?
I watched it today. This morning.
Before work?
Mm-hmm. Before work, yeah.
It was a good little pick-me-up and start to the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
No, so fun fact about this movie. I cannot remember what we were watching in theaters, but the trailer came up for this movie. And this was like months ago when it was like first starting to be advertised. And so it didn't have anything about the plot line. It just had some different shots from the movie with a version of What a Wonderful World going on behind it.
Louis Armstrong.
But I mean, it is originally by Louis Armstrong. It was not the Louis Armstrong version though.
That'd been awesome.
And like, I was just taken aback by the animation, by the music, by it being on the big screen and everything. I literally did not know the plot of this movie until the day we watched it because we were at Mom and Dad's for Thanksgiving and I was like, we should buy The Wild Robot. And so I showed them the trailer and that has like some of the plot to it. And I was like, and now I actually know what the plot might kind of maybe be. But I was like dead set on watching it even though I had zero ideas on what the plot might be.
Yeah.
purely because the animation was so perfect.
I mean, yeah, that trailer's just so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It just like moves
this
something
whole
inside
movie
of
is
you.
beautiful.
This movie is art.
Yeah. It's so completely inscrutable visually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is just so visually appealing.
Yeah.
Like
It's super visually appealing. It's like super visually, I don't know what the other word that I'm trying to think of. Like appealing is a really good word for it, but also just like, I guess pleasing.
mm-hmm.
Like
It's like soothing.
yeah,
Like calming.
soothing. There we go. Like there's there's like nothing where I was like, ooh, the colors would be better this way, or like if you had animated the fox this other way, it would have been better. Like nothing, no critiques. Which, I'm not really an artist, so I don't really have many critiques anyway. Normally,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I got nothing for this one.
Yeah.
Do you know what techniques were used?
No.
Me neither. Let's look it up.
But like
Okay, it's a painted style.
it seems like Puss in Boots,
Mm-hmm.
The Last Wish.
Mm-hmm.
They both have like this watercolor kind of color scheme. And yeah, it looks great. Like it looks like a painting in motion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so impressive how they do that. Like how they I mean, we can all trace this back to like Spider-Verse where it became popular to have a more stylized 3D animation that kind of like is reminiscent of 2D animation,
Mm-hmm.
but also has its own style. And yeah, like it's crazy how far Spider-Verse has rippled through 3D animation.
Yeah.
Like it's caused so many great projects, like that Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
So beautiful looking. Yeah. Puss in Boots is also beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I like it because I just like it in general too, but a lot of I don't know. I feel like sometimes animation is just like treated as like for kids stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just not the case. Like Wild Robot is a kids movie for sure. Like but it's also appealing to other people and everything. That's totally fine. But like Spider-Verse. I mean, isn't Spider-Verse PG-13?
No, it's PG.
Is it PG? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, it's still not just for kids.
Yeah, they say hell in that movie.
Yep, that is true.
That's the mark of maturity.
But where some people think, like, when they see it, that it's just like a kid's movie or something, and it's just not the case. Like, it can be used for a lot of things and enjoyed by a lot of people. And I think animation has truly always been that way, but by making some of these like more elevated styles and everything too, it feels more like that as well.
Yeah.
So
Like Fantastic Mr. Fox.
mm-hmm.
It's probably like my go-to like animation movie that like deeply resonates with adults. 'Cause like I feel like as a kid you're not really getting everything out of that movie that it's offering.
Not even close. Like
But
Hudson.
when you watch it as an adult, like it moves me. It moves me so hard.
No, and like Hudson does like Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's watched it and stuff. That kid has no clue what's going on, but he likes it because of the animation style and everything. But like I'm watching this movie and I'm like, that was hysterical. That was heartbreaking. That was horrifying. Like,
Yeah.
and Hudson just like, it's a fox.
Yeah.
So.
Funny Fox, which, has its own merit.
Yep. And to that point too, though, another one that is probably Fox and the Hound. That like as a kid you're watching that and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a dog and it's a fox and they're best friends. And as an adult you're like sobbing. because you're like, they just left him,
this
and
is
it's
messed
the
up.
worst, and I hate everything.
Yeah.
So it's not brand new. The animation is for people, like for everybody, and not just for kids. But I don't know. I feel like they will get more people by some of the elevated and more stylistic looks too.
Yeah. I mean, it's never been like a real thing that like animation's only for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, in the Western world, it's just perceived as such.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever most animated projects are, marketed towards children in the West. But, yeah.
I think it's also, I'm about to go on another side rant here that does not have to do with the Wild Robot, and then we'll really start talking about the Wild Robot. But I think that's why I'm also getting upset, though, about so many of these remakes, these live-action remakes that are happening.
Oh, yeah.
Is like, why?
How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm so mad about that one. I am absolutely livid. Like, what are you gonna do that could possibly be better than the original How to Train Your Dragon? Like, first of all, dragons aren't real. So, like,
No.
animation is a great medium for them because they're fake anyway.
It is.
And so it gives you the opportunity and the freedom to do the things that you want to do with it. And that script is already fire. The jokes are on point, 10 out of 10. Like, the drama, 10 out of 10. Like, what are you doing? So are you just remaking it in live action, shot for shot? Because why?
Yeah. Because
it doesn't.
You don't have to pay someone to storyboard.
No,
it's already done for you.
But Toothless is still fake. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, nothing got real, really.
Yeah.
So, like, that really messes me. I'm really upset about that one. I'm upset about Lilo and Stitch too, which is, yeah, I'm upset about them doing a Lilo and Stitch live action, which is also directed by, I was right, also directed by Chris Sanders, who just directed The Wild Robot.
Of Wild Robot fame.
And How to Train Your Dragon. Chris, what are they doing to you? What's the... Why? I'm sorry.
He's just a slave to DreamWorks.
But, like, I was really also upset about the Lion King remake for that reason as well. Like, the live action, and this is an audio...
Live action.
Yeah, this is an audio medium, but the quotes around live action are there, people. Because it was CGI. Because lions and elephants and zebras can't do the stuff that we are putting them to do in Lion King, which is why animation, again, is a perfect medium for it.
Yeah. I mean, even just like from a pure... I've not seen the whole movie of Lion King, the remake.
I don't think that's true. I think I took you to see that in theaters.
The remake?
Yeah. Me, you, Caleb,
Certainly
and
not.
Jace. Me, you, Caleb, and Soraya went to see it in theaters.
That definitely did not happen.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I'm 100% sure it didn't, because I'm pretty sure I would have remembered it.
Well, keep going. What were you going to say?
Even from a pure, like, compositional, like, perspective, just, like, how they compose, like, a shot, or, like, just how things look, it's just degraded. Like, like, it just looks like there's less talented people working on these things. And I'm sure that there's, like, hundreds of talented people working on it, but their vision can only go so far when the project is spawned out of no creative intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, I don't know.
Are they making a Moana remake?
I have been hearing that, yes.
I also heard Moana 2 was trash, but I have not seen it.
I actually heard that
I'll
from
reserve
two
my
different
judgment.
sources that they like didn't care for it at all.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's a bummer.
It is a
Moana's
bummer.
pretty good.
yeah, because I like Moana, but like, why are you doing a remake? Why are you doing a live action? It was
Yeah.
good. Let it be.
And like with was Avatar: The Last Airbender, they also did like the TV show remake of that show.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really does go to show like animation, especially for they choose to adapt the worst concepts. Avatar, people with elemental superpowers. Like, we're gonna put that into the real life and make it look 5 times worse. And like, that's not, even just visually, like, it just looks worse. You don't even have to like discuss like writing or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Well, because
and not to mention the fact
off the jump, it's just not as good.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention, I haven't
What you're saying?
seen the Avatar live action because I refuse to watch it because I love the Avatar other one, the animated version, the OG. And it's so good. Like, what are you doing? But like, I don't know. So this is just coming off of like YouTube videos that I've watched and stuff. But like, they're like, well, Sokka was super sexist, so we've made him not super sexist anymore. And it's like, that was Sokka's character arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was character development. That was part of the story, was he started out super sexist and then got better. And like,
this is what I'm saying. When you choose people to direct something, when these people have no creative vision, they don't understand creativity.
Yeah.
And they don't understand entertainment at all. Like,
yeah. Like, it's a problem if you kept Sokka super sexist. Like, if he just like never ever became a better person and never improved. Yeah, that's a problem because your character had no development and now they're just a jerk. But his whole character arc is like learning that women can do stuff and they can kick butt and they're as good as men, and that doesn't make him any less, and they can be real assets. And
it's like if they looked at the original show and it was like, oh, Aang at the beginning is too childish and is trying to shirk his responsibilities. That's wrong.
You're like, he's
like,
12.
yeah, it is. It's almost like it's a hero's journey.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. So
it is frustrating.
Anyway, none of that stuff happens in The Wild Robot. Because that is the movie that we are here to talk about. Yeah, this.
I can't wait for the Wild Robot remake.
The live action Wild Robot. Honestly, it'd be funnier. It'd be better if they did a live action and just like had everybody in actual animal suits instead of trying to CGI them. I might enjoy that more if they wanted to go.
That'd be funny,
route.
yeah. If they did more like a play thing.
Yeah. If we went full cats.
Yeah.
Oh dear, cats. Man, I hadn't thought about that in a while.
No, I haven't.
All right.
Can't believe I never watched that movie.
I also have never watched that movie. I know I wouldn't be able to sit through it. It would make me too uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's got James Corden.
Mm-hmm.
The lovely James Corden.
There's a lot of people in that. We're here to chat about the Wild Robot.
Yeah.
And we did talk about how gorgeous it is.
Yeah. Visually impeccable.
Mm-hmm. I need to add the
Honestly,
book back to my reading list. Because I
Yeah.
debated for a while.
Is it like a...
I couldn't figure out if I wanted to read the book first or not read the book first.
Is it like a full novel?
It's like a middle grade book, I think.
Okay. no pictures in it, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like a story, like a children's storybook or whatever.
Right.
But yeah.
All right, it's about a 4-week wait. But yeah, I decided that I didn't want to read it first. I wanted to watch the movie. Because I didn't want to be disappointed. Because I was so excited for the movie. I didn't want to, like, absolutely adore the book and then not feel like it was a good adaptation. And so I just decided to watch the movie first. And I did love the movie. So now I feel like I can go back and read the book. And even if I do like the book and it turns out like, oh, the book is better, I still will very much so have enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
So that's what I finally decided on. But
I wonder if the book follows the same kind of framework. I don't know.
Here in about 4 weeks, I'll be able to tell you.
If it's about a duck and his mom.
A goose, Jace.
A goose, I'm sorry, a gosling.
He was a gosling.
Well, I guess we both kind of seem positive on this movie.
This is the 2 thumbs up. We'll watch again. I don't even need to get to the end to give it that.
Okay.
To give it my rating. I know where I stand.
This movie, it was good.
The score was gorgeous too.
The score was gorgeous.
I was sitting there and I was like,
yeah, it was beautiful.
Who did this? I'm like Googling in the middle of the movie. It was I cannot remember his name now, but I will pull it up.
I loved all but one song.
What is his name? Chris Bowers. And it is his first score for a fully animated film.
He was cooking.
He did. He cooked.
He did.
I have to tell you, I feel sorry for you editing this episode. I am all over the place. But we, for our youth activity on Tuesday, we went caroling. And so it was a combined young men, young women's. So at the end, I'm talking to one of the young men, and I can't remember. Oh, he was talking about a test that he had in school. And he goes, ugh, I'm cooked. And I was like, that doesn't seem like the right context for all of the cooked I've been hearing recently used. And I was like, okay, so that's like the normal way that people use cooked. Like, everyone's been using I'm cooked for a long time, meaning it's no bueno, it's not good. But I was like, all right, Flynn, explain it to me. I'm cooked. I assume that means you didn't do well. Or are you guys using that now to also say, I did really good? He goes, no. That means I'm in trouble. He goes, it was not good. He said, but if you let him cook, it's real good. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
See, if he said, like, after the test, I cooked, then it would be positive.
Then it would be positive. But it was negative because he was cooked.
It's like the word sick. Like, it can mean awesome and cool, or it can mean, like, gross
or ill.
Revolting. Yeah, or ill, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't, like, so confusing, but I just thought it was really funny that we're still using the slang correctly, but also using it to mean the exact opposite as well.
Language is about context as much as it is about words.
It is. When you think about it, every word is made up.
Yes, indeed.
But anyway, so I went off. So yes, Chris Bowers cooked.
He cooked.
It was gorgeous.
But there was that one song, like in the middle during the flight montage.
Oh.
I assume it was written by some pop
Maren
writer,
Morris.
singer.
It's
whatever.
saying on here that there were 2 original songs performed and co-written by Maren Morris.
Yeah, she did not cook.
What? You didn't like it?
No, I found it super distracting.
Oh.
Like you got this beautiful score, and then like it's like a pop song in the middle, and like I was like, this feels like not in the right context. Like it's not in the right context of the movie.
I can see that.
It's like, get it out of here.
Give me back
But
my
that's really my only complaint, though.
Yeah.
Everything else is like super cute.
The script, the jokes that they have in this had me rolling.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Yeah.
We watched it. Mom, me, Ty, and Hudson. Dad was asleep on the couch, so it doesn't count as him watching it. But he was physically present while we were watching it on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm glad we bought it because I want to watch it again soon.
But I think as being not a mother or father,
mm-hmm.
I think I have, I don't get to enjoy this movie as much as like someone like you, Braylee.
Yeah.
I haven't earned the right. Don't you agree? And to anyone listening at home that's not a parent, you would say that too, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I definitely, like, there's definitely some parts of it where you're like, yeah, nope, that, you're not going to understand that if you've not, like, been trying to keep another being completely alive and them fully relying on you type of a thing. But,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the fun thing is that even if you haven't experienced it yourself, like, Roz is taking you through that whole experience in the movie.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of learn alongside of her, where you can't, like, laugh along the same way, like, that some parents can with being like, oh my gosh, yep, relatable. But you can, like, also see the struggle that Roz is going through and be like, hot dang, not been there, but that seems like that would be rough. So I feel like there's, like, still a lot of enjoyment. But yeah, you're probably right. It's not going to be the same, just from the experiences and everything.
Yeah. There's like one line, I think it's from Roz. She says something like she's explaining to, what's the fox's name again? It's something wacky. Fink.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's saying something to Fink. Something like I've overrode my programming. I've become like damaged. I've sacrificed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all to accomplish like this one task. Dang, that's kind of what being a parent is, like destroying yourself so you can, like bring about like a person, like support your own child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there's definitely some, like, I think it happens to a different degree with every person, just depending on kind of who they are and everything. But yeah, mm-hmm. There are small parts of yourself that if you've decided to become a parent, like, it's not that you destroy yourself, but there are some things that you put aside for a while to care for your kids. And yeah. I don't know. Specifically, I think they're also alluding to pregnancy when she has that particular line.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah. I was thinking like...
that do be true.
Like being a parent is like physically and emotionally demanding, yes. Especially for a mother.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially for, the birther for sure. So it's hard to, yeah. And it's one of those things where like, I like that. And also like, I don't feel like you should be completely destroying yourself ever to take care of another person. But at the same time, like, you do need to become somebody new and somebody different than who you were. Just because it changes you. Like, if you've never had somebody rely on you wholly to, like, be alive, it's daunting. And some things just also naturally fall by the wayside because they're just not as important. And sometimes that does feel like, oh my gosh, I'm giving up so much. And sometimes it doesn't because there's no question. Like, it's like not even a problem. It's like, I'm trying to think of a good example, but I can't.
It's like your life becomes secondary to like raising your child. Would you say so?
I would say that definitely certain aspects for sure become secondary. And I think that it depends on the person a little bit too.
Yeah.
But But yeah, I mean, if you truly decided that you wanted to have a child too, you should be all in. And yeah, they should be your number one priority. And that doesn't mean completely abandoning yourself. I mean, you still need to do things that you enjoy. You still need to like take care of yourself physically and everything too. But yeah, a lot of people that still, they channel that as being able to take care of their kid too. Like, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna be healthy so that I can be around for my kid. And so it does kind of become like a secondary thing, because yeah, you're taking care of yourself, but you're doing it for your kid, and that's not a bad thing. But yeah, when she like pulls the core out to put him in at the end, when they're like plummeting towards the earth, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ty was like,
yeah.
I mean, she kind of needs that. And I was like, well, I think the whole thing is that she doesn't. She's not been using it. It's been damaged. Like, it's been damaged since the beginning. I said they alluded to that like, she was using her, whatever these are, the sunlight, the solar receptacles.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. And
she's just been holding on to it as the core, like, thinking one day she would go back and be repaired. And that's not happening anymore, so she's realized that she doesn't need it, so she's getting rid of it. And so, like, it seems like she's sacrificing this huge, huge thing, which, like, she is, but also it's not been used for the past almost year, because it doesn't actually function. She's just now given up on the fact, and given up in a good way, that she'll be going back, because it doesn't need to happen. And then it did happen, and then I sobbed, so that was fine.
Yeah. Did you cry?
Oh,
Did
definitely.
you actually cry? Dang.
Yep.
Multiple times?
That's actually a terrible question to ask me. I don't remember crying multiple times. But give me 2 minutes to go find my husband and see what he says about it.
Okay.
Okay.
How many times did I cry during The Wild Robot?
Well, once, but I think it was just the entire movie.
Jason's asking if I cried. I said I definitely cried. He's like, how many times? I'm like, that is not a question for me. That is a question for my husband.
I don't know.
You just cried.
At least 4.
I thought I only
cried
cried
like
the
a
once.
full
There's
hour and
probably
40
more,
minutes.
But, I don't know.
Jason said she cried the whole hour and 40 minutes.
Pretty much, yes.
Jason's already gonna have a heck of a time editing this episode. I've gone off on so many tangents. There you have it, folks. I cried for an hour and 40 minutes straight, basically.
I cried once. I didn't think I would.
When did you cry?
I cried when he's going south for the winter.
Uh-huh.
Finally, he's flying off with the flock and everything, and she like hanging off the edge, and like the score during that moment is just music is so manipulative, like it's messed up.
It's not manipulative, like, it's powerful, Jace. Music is powerful. And yes.
It's kind of
And when like the feather is
But,
coming down and she snatches it and just like, ugh. I was unwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried at least twice then, because I remember crying at that part, and then I cried at the end too. So at least twice.
Yeah, it was crazy. My eyes were just watering, and yeah.
Do you know who voices the bear in this?
I do. It was spacing his name, Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mark Hamill. The Joker, baby.
No, and Pedro Pascal did a great job too.
Yeah, he really did. He actually changed his voice, which is becoming less common with big actors being in animated movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how big actors in animated movies are just playing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Voice actors will continue to do the multiple voices and everything.
We literally talked this during the Megamind one.
Well, that got corrupted, so we can talk
Yeah,
about it
we
again.
could talk about it all again.
We can talk about that the fact that I literally always forget that it's Will Ferrell who plays Megamind until about 20 minutes into Megamind every single time I watch it.
Yeah.
Because his cadence and his voice are just different enough.
I assume you haven't, but have you seen The Boy and the Heron?
I have not. Is that that's a Studio Ghibli one? Ghibli?
Mm-hmm.
How do you say that?
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know. I don't know. I hear most people say Ghibli.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
And I've heard really good things about that one.
The dude that plays the heron in the English dub is Robert Pattinson. And he is unrecognizable. Like, you would never be able to tell that it's Robert Pattinson.
Oh, great.
His voice is so awesome.
That's cool. Because, like, Alan Tudyk is a famous actor who also does voice acting, but then you also never know when he's voice acting because he changes his voice so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he and Mark Hamill are, like, kind of on the same level for me. Because, like, they both have done, like, you know, in-person acting stuff. Like,
acting.
yeah, a lot of live action acting. But then also a lot of voice acting where they've, like, they're fully voice actors as well. Which I think...
Kind of like J.K. Simmons, too. He's done a lot of animated work and live action work.
I adore that man. To be fair, honestly though, J.K. Simmons doesn't really do any voices when he's doing the the animated. I think we talked about this on the Megamind one too, didn't we?
Yeah.
He is just so good at conveying emotion and such that he doesn't really have to change his voice, but you still feel like he's a different character each time.
Yeah.
Which I did just watch Klaus again yesterday. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And did you see that Red One is streaming on Prime now? I think you have to
Oh, I did.
rent or buy it, right? It's gotta be.
No, I think it's free with streaming, with Prime.
For real? Included with Prime.
I
Holy
think
crap.
so.
It is. I did not
It
expect
didn't take
that.
too long.
No. It's been about a month. Well, because it took The Wild Robot forever to... Well, it's still not just streaming. Like, we had to buy it because it was rent or buy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Huh. I was about to say that, and Fly Me to the Moon is now on Apple TV. So we've got ones that have been on our list for a while, Jace, that we can finally start watching.
Yeah. I could finally watch the long-anticipated Red One.
Ty and I were going to try and go see it over Thanksgiving. Since we were at Mom and Dad's. They said they would watch Hudson. And then I was just too tired. I was like, it's like 2.5 hours. I'm so tired. I'll just watch it on my couch when it comes out.
Hours?
Actually, is it close to 3?
Bro, are you kidding me? I'm not watching this movie.
Oh, no. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay.
We're good.
I was like, if it's 2.5 hours, like, I don't know if I want to stomach that.
You are going to have to go see Wicked soon, though.
Is that 2.5 hours?
That is 2.5
think
hours,
that'll-
but it does not feel like 2.5 hours.
Feels longer?
No.
Oh, it feels shorter. That's good.
Maybe
That's good.
maybe you should watch it when... I know Mom and Dad were thinking about going this
Like
weekend, but they may not be. If they don't, then you guys should go when you're in town for Christmas. Mom and Dad and Soraya.
I'll get them over. I feel like they never go to movies of Mom and Dad never go to movies of their own volition.
Yeah. But you should get them to go because you should definitely see it in theaters. It's incredible.
Okay, cool. I bet there's probably a 200% chance that it's better than Red One. So.
Oh, for sure. Red One's going to be a horrible movie, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I'm so excited. Anyway, once again, we have gotten off topic, but Jace, the age-old question.
Yeah.
Could you beat it?
Motherhood?
I know. I'm trying to decide what counts as beating
is that what's it?
Yeah. Yeah. Could you be motherhood?
A futuristic society.
Could you get a Gosling to? Don't forget, this is a runt Gosling as well. So you have to nurse it to health, and then also get it to be accepted by its own kind, and be allowed into the flock to migrate for the winter.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like geese, like, inherently know how to swim. Like, it's like
I was
walking
thinking
for
the same thing.
horses.
When I was watching this, I was like, do you really have to teach a goose how to swim?
And I can also, like, you know, buy bird feed, so that's not too hard. Yeah, I could do it. Pretty easy. And I got the whole internets to help me. I guess maybe, I don't know if it can, like, you know, actually go to the wild after it's, like, imprinted on you. Everything.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Listen to this.
Based on what in the movie, I think I could do it.
Okay. Well, listen to this.
Yeah.
You don't actually need to teach a goose to swim because they are naturally born with the ability to swim almost immediately after hatching. Goslings typically learn to swim within a day of being born by following their parents into the water, so the key is to ensure they have access to safe, shallow water source and are supervised while they learn to navigate. But we could tell it was a long time before, is it Bright Bill?
Yeah, Bright Bill.
Like, he was still a Gosling, but it was a while before he got in the water. I guess it's possible that if you, like, don't immediately get in the water and you don't have, like, another goose to watch, would they sink? I just feel like they'd naturally be floating on the top. But maybe that's not the case.
Yeah. Yeah, because when he does, like, kind of swim, like, he's, like, sinking. But, like, they would just float. I mean, like, half of it is just, like, floating, and then the other half is just kicking your feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no dang Gosling. Also, when the flock goes into that futuristic farm, their solution to, like, get rid of the birds is to come out with a robot and shoot them. I was like, super advanced society, and the way you deter birds from your crops is just, like, you know, just, like, get a robot out there to shoot them.
They're not even supposed to be in there in the first place. But this is what we in the tech world always say. Artificial intelligence isn't actually intelligence.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up, 4 stars.
2 thumbs up.
Would watch again.
4 stars. Yeah. So overall, there could have been more shooting, more killing, but yeah, it's okay.
Could have seen a little bit more violence, but okay.
No. If you edit out the dang song by Maren
Morris,
her name is, it would be a perfect movie.
All right, Jace. What is your prediction on the budget?
2 thumbs up. $150 million.
The Googles is saying $78 million.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Have you watched Inside Out 2?
And you don't have to pay animators, which saves a lot of money.
When you just use AI for everything.
I'm just referring to the horrible work conditions of animators. But, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Do they have more horrible working conditions?
Yeah. Crunch is very normalized.
What is very normalized?
Crunch.
Crunch?
Yeah. No crunch. Where you crunch to meet a deadline.
Oh.
Where you overwork people.
Yes.
And,
yeah. But have you seen Inside Out 2?
I have not.
Okay. Well, that had a $200 million budget.
Dang.
So many. This had 78.
I guess there isn't a ton of actors in this movie, which saves them a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, yeah, based on I mean, Inside Out 2, good looking movie, but like, man, this movie.
The reviews for Wild Robot, and I see a 1 star, and I can't read it. It's going to make me mad. How could you possibly? What went wrong in your life? Great movie. Go watch it. We didn't tell you a whole lot about it.
Yeah,
but
honestly
we
not.
did talk about how much we love it, so.
I mean, like, most of it's just like animals hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Being a little mean
And
sometimes, but.
I really appreciate how, like, it's just like hanging out. Like it's a short movie, but it's kind of patient. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm reading these 1 star reviews and I'm dying. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Chase, you're not ready.
Okay. I'm ready.
This movie is not for families.
Oh.
Animal decapitation. Check. Many references to killing and death. Check. Multiple depictions of animals eating other animals. Check. A mother animal not caring one of her babies was just eaten. Check. Violence throughout, including gun violence. Check. Not for families, except for maybe the Manson family. Oh, God.
When was there animal decapitation?
I don't know. I don't remember that. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I have no idea how this became such a popular movie this year. It started off slow, other than a bird taking away a crab to eat it, and then became sad with the main protagonist being picked on and literally torn apart by the animals in the forest. It then went on to depict how violent wild animals are. Yay, fun.
Reminds me of that one fake review of the movie Prey. And it's just like a mom who's like, this is not about praising the Lord. Do not take your kids to this movie.
This is another one. The film seemed laden with intense, unnecessary language that felt unsuitable for young children, such as the words kill, die, dead, hate, jerk, murder, and phrases like, are you here to kill us?
Jerk.
Adding to the
That's so
disappointment, the
weird.
robot's voice seemed miscast. It felt weak, forced, and unnatural, making it harder for us to connect with Roz, the main character. Check yourself.
So funny, like, it felt unnatural, and she's a robot.
She's a robot. That's why. And also,
Yeah.
she did
And
a
also it
fantastic
becomes-
job.
Yeah, the performance becomes a lot more human throughout the movie.
Yes. That's like
Yeah, it
a whole
becomes-
part of the thing. Apparently, I need to read 1-star
Yeah.
reviews more often.
I would have thought they were just like boring, but those are a lot funnier than I thought they would be.
Yeah. This one does say, great visuals with poor cliche story, weak character development. Get out of here. Oh,
All right,
man.
audience, I want you to find the IP of every person.
No, we're not doxing people. Just, if you're listening and you wrote any
Unfortunate-
one of these reviews, check yourself.
Yeah, change before it's too late.
Yeah. I'm sad for you that you weren't even able to enjoy this masterpiece. What do you like
Turn away.
if you didn't like The Wild Robot? And especially for those reasons, what do you like? Because don't tell me it's The Brave Little Toaster.
I found one. Worst movie ever. It's so different from the book. That annoys me so much. I think they meant to say, and that annoys me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood. I might catch some hate for this, Braylee. I never understood being offended at like a movie changing something in a book. Like, I mean, you can just go read the book again. Like, the book exists in its perfect medium right there. You could go read it.
I think that there's like kind of twofold to that. I don't know. I especially get it when like they've messed up a character. Like I don't know, one that comes to mind, for example, is like Ginny from the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
She's like a really engaging, really like great character, and she's just bleh in all of the movies.
Yeah.
And so like I can get that too. But you're right. If you don't like Ginny in the movies, go read the books. Like
Yeah.
like it's definitely
Yeah,
it's okay
I
to
guess-
be disappointed, but like I don't know, not straight up offended, but
Yeah.
Jalen might
I guess
come
I can
after
see
us.
like people be Jalen is one of those people.
Jalen, we still
being
love
like
you.
being like offended that like the blueprint was like right there and they didn't capitalize off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were a lot of changes to Dune Part 2 to the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't crying about it.
Right. Were there any
But-
parts that were like a little disappointing though, where you're like, "Whoa, that would have been a really cool concept if they had executed it better"?
I don't know, maybe like having Paul's sister being born,
Mm-hmm.
because she's a really cool, crazy character. But like, yeah, like I understand that like
Then the movie would have
You
been
don't want
6
a three-
hours long.
yeah, and you also don't want to have to like get a 3-year-old that can like act or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you do that honestly, but I guess I can understand people being like, oh, it was worse because of this, but like being inherently hostile to something because it alters the story
Right.
of the original thing
Yeah.
is kind of childish.